G'day everybody, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, and we are still in the Mind Flayer colony, or the Illithid colony, and we finally confronted Ketheric, but we also met the other two chosen of the Absolutes. Interesting characters. No doubt we will have to confront them at some stage when we get to Baldur's Gate. But yeah, the previous fight was very interesting. So we managed to convince Ketheric to, well, sort of repent, or at least think about repenting. He decided to jump into this. What is this? Is this a pool? A chasm of some kind? And he transformed into the Apostle of Merkel, which I wasn't sort of expecting, although I suppose if he just sort of gave up willingly and that was that, that would have been very anticlimactic, so I suppose we were expecting a bit of a boss fight, weren't we? Speaking of, we do need to just loot the boss.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone. Remarkable, truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable.
To dominate it? Okay. So I guess the Illithid themselves are also being controlled somehow. Do you know who our enemies are?
One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. A worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketheric was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the Dead Three.
What are these stones?
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Netherese. These chosen are powerful indeed to have such magic in their command.
Chosen of the Dead Three?
Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve.
The second one seems a little bit negative, doesn't it? I didn't come here to fight gods. I just wanted my parasite removed.
I know. But this is the only way. This is the battle of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an elder brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the Chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Okay. That was a bit of a surprise that she actually visits us on our own plane. I thought she was sort of stuck in, you know, that astral plane within the prism. Anyway, we've got a bit of loot here. Let's pick that up, obviously. Catheric's Shield. Arcane Enchantment. Gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. That's pretty good for a mage, perhaps. So it could be something worth looking at for Gale. Shield Bash. Advantage on Dex saving throws. Okay. Reaper's Embrace. Very rare heavy armor. Magical plates. All incoming damage is reduced by 2. Reaper's Rigidity. When activated, you can't be moved against your will by any spell or action, but have disadvantage on Dex saving throws. Howl of the Dead. What does that do? Let out a bone-chilling howl that numbs all nearby creatures. What does numb do? Movement speed is halved. The spellcaster has advantage on attack rolls against the affected entity. And it's something that we can do every short rest. That's pretty powerful. Not gonna lie. It is heavy armor, so I suppose the only two that could use it would be Shadowheart or maybe Lae'zel. I don't know if I really want it, or if I really want to use it. It seems good, and it is a 19 armor class, so it would bring a lot of our, you know, armor class up. Can we go above 20? I'm not entirely sure, actually. Anyway, let's come back to it. Catheric's Warhammer. 2 to 14 damage. It seems pretty underwhelming. But I don't really have another Warhammer right with me at the moment to compare it to. If it's any good, it'd probably go to Karlach, but yeah, I feel like it doesn't really have anything special except for that +1 weapon enchantment. Anyway, we are taking all of this, obviously. We'll put it in the camp for the time being. Let's have a read of this. Papa, I love you. Love from IZ. Isabel. Alright, well, I think we'll leave the letter there. I'm just going to double check on all of these to see if there isn't anything that we can take. I know we probably just need to leave this place. Oh yeah, and then there's all of the brains down here. The devourers, rather.
No traps, please.
We'll take all of these. Yes, that's right. There's that guy up there. How do I get up there? Can't reach it. Can we go across this way, I wonder? Maybe.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. On I go.
No, we can't really get there. We would probably have to jump. Okay, for what might be contained in this mind flayer,
No one back home
probably
will ever
not
believe
really
this.
worth all the effort trying to get there. So let's not worry too much.
What path lies before me?
Okay, and then there's stuff happening over here. Quite a few things, in fact. The Grand Design. Dictated to scribe Yanthus by Enver Gortash, the Grand Design is the Mind Flayer's species-wide ambition to return to the days of their conquering greatness through an act of sudden mass seromorphosis, giving the Elder Brain in overall command an implacable army of illithid slave warriors with which to defeat all their old enemies, human and humanoid, Githyanki and Ulatharid. Of course, this is delusional madness, megalomania on a cosmic scale, and I know just how to turn it to our purposes. We're going to help the Mind Flayers enact their grand design, but only in the way that suits us. The Illithids shall have their crusade to enslave, but they will be acting in turn as our slaves, and we shall determine the how, when, and where of their great Illithid outbreak. To be precise, I, Gortash, will determine these things, as commanding the grand design is clearly a Banite task. Okay, so the real enemy is the three gods of death, really. There's a plot by them. So... oh, hang on. Sorry, we haven't completely seen everything here. Amulet of the Absolute. Sure, let's grab that. Take a quick look at that. Nope, nothing special. Take that. Take that. And that. Invasion plans for the Sword Coast. I think we have seen that. Invitation to Lord Gortash.
Better not be cursed.
Lord Gortash, the Committee of Concerned Patriarchs would like to extend an invitation to a formal meeting at the High Hall to discuss plans, short and long term, for the economic livelihood of Baldur's Gate. Tuesday the 12th, noon, a luncheon will be served. May we presume your attendance? Lord Her Rillin, Committee Chair. Rylin, maybe? Rillin? Okay, oh, sorry. I thought we had seen everything, but there is a silver knife there. Assuming that's worth a little bit of gold. Are we done? I think we're done. So Aylin was here before. I'm not entirely sure where she's gone. I guess maybe she's, you know, gone through the portal already. We do have a bit of leveling to do as well. So I might want to take a look at that in this episode. Let's do a quick save here. It's not like I can really do too much more. I guess I could backtrack if I needed to. Anything that we need to do here? We found the Duke, although... yeah, the Grand Duke was infected with an illithid tadpole. He's being transported to Baldur's Gate along with an enormous Elder Brain. Yep, so we're still catching up to him. Chosen of Shar. Yeah, she needs to speak to Dame Aelin, so that's fine. The Wizard of Waterdeep. We found the heart of the Absolute in the bowels of Moonrise Towers, a powerful elder brain controlled by Netherese crown. Gale was convinced he shouldn't detonate the orb. In fact, he seemed more interested in the crown the brain was wearing. Yep. Okay, cool. And find Mol. So we defeated Ketheric and watched a fleet of Nautiloids leave for Baldur's Gate. If Mol doesn't turn up in Moonrise Towers, she may have escaped on one of them and made it to the city. Right, okay, so we need to find her there. Yeah, so now we're just after the 2 Netherstones as our main quests. So much for finding a cure for ourselves. Anyway, let us get to it. Oh. Very conveniently, we are just over here in the tower itself. I wonder if the tower then transforms in any way. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of allies everywhere. I don't know if there are any pockets of fighting happening, but probably not.
Is that blood?
So Gale does want to have a chat with us, so why don't we start with that conversation first?
I can't help but feel like I've been fumbling in the dark for too long. And I've just had a lit torch thrust into my hands.
You seem in a good mood. You seem in a good mood. I thought you might be more subdued after coming so close to blowing up.
Indeed. Under other circumstances, I might have been subdued or ashamed. But after what we saw, I must admit, I'm excited. The crown! The one the Elder Brain was wearing. The one I very nearly destroyed. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete, that I didn't even recognize it at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power, the ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it.
Back up a little. Why is this crown so important all of a sudden?
That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep, Sorcerer's Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
Sorcerer's Sundries. Okay. Why would a Baldurian magic shop be the first place we look?
Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Okay, well, I'm glad that Gale is feeling a lot better now that he's decided not to blow himself up and to discover the crown and those sources of Netherese magic. Let's see. What do we want to do first? I suppose we should be just speaking to various people. I guess we do need to take the road to Baldur's Gate out this way, where the big army was, you know, gathered. I suppose maybe we should be able to get through now. But I do want to have a chat with, like, everyone, really, if we can. Maybe I'll just stop people from, like, following us for a second here. I might have chats with various people. Let's speak to Jaheira.
I would not linger in this land over long, but whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
I don't think we really have any more business in Wraithwyn anymore.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. Comforting to know. You wanted something?
We've spoken to Gale already, so that's fine. But the rest of the party seems to be here as well, right? Well, at least Holson is. Is anyone else here? Or maybe not. Maybe it's just Holson. Let's see what Holson has to say.
In the curse, always at your side.
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
So, when will the curse actually be lifted?
I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready.
What happened to Olivier, exactly? Did Thaniel absorb him?
No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does.
I've been calling him Olivier for the longest time. It's actually Oliver. my bad. What now? You've got all that you wanted, after all.
I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side.
I'm glad to have you.
And I'm glad to be had. Glad to be with you, I mean.
Yeah, alright. Well, I'm glad that I could help.
I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner.
Cool, and then there's obviously various people here we should have a chat to as well.
You'd make a fine fist.
I don't know if we should be having a chat to all of the Harpers. Oh,
Helen! Isabel! My love. You were dead. I saw your body. I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
There you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later?
I mean, that whole scene with her, like, just literally stomping on a downed Ketheric, that was pretty brutal, to be honest. I don't think Isabel would have appreciated seeing that. It's a little crowded. Yeah, so I only made this connection much later when we got to the mausoleum. Did I hear you correctly before? Are you Ketheric Thorm's daughter?
I am. And I'm glad he's dead. But this is precisely what I want to speak to you about later. It'll keep. I promise.
So what I don't understand is, you know, she apparently died, right, from some kind of a disease? Fine. I'll see you all at camp then.
Very good. We look forward to it.
Now you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
I would have words.
When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, he sought out people of courage and honor to fill its ranks. You saved Daniel, lifted the curse, and killed an immortal. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant.
I grew up hearing stories of Duke Elton. I'm curious about what he was like.
Gruff and intimidating. But he had the courage of 10 men, and the love for Baldur's Gate few could match. I don't know if this Duke Ravengard is the same, but I will say this. The Flaming Fist are the cornerstone of the city, and the Dukes are its foundation. I hope you can save him, for the good of Baldur's Gate.
Come with me. I could use a flaming fist by my side.
Thank you, but look at me. I am a relic, a glimpse of history barely strong enough to stand on his own 2 feet. Besides, Nathaniel should have someone here when he wakes up. It's the least I can do.
Then I wish you luck. Thank you for your help.
You too, my friend. Thank you. From Nathaniel and I.
Right, let's continue having various chats
There'll be
Withers...
plenty of dead to mourn when this is done. But songs to sing too.
Withers is here as well, so I'm curious about that.
Horrible than you can imagine.
Ketheric's done, but that army's already on the move. This isn't done yet.
Anyone interesting on the outside? Perhaps maybe the quartermaster? Oh, Barkus is here.
Do you have anything to eat? Just tell me what you need.
Ooh, we can trade here as well. So I will go to camp, and I think this is probably a good opportunity for us to offload some junk. Try and make a bit more money. I don't suppose she has different goods, but we can check that a little bit later. Barkus?
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been.
I was taking a little holiday in the Mind Flayer colony downstairs.
That sounds slimy. Never mind your distasteful predilections. We need to talk about Wulbren.
What about him?
Wulbren and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have room powder, they have motive. We have to stop them.
Oh, okay, so the Iron Hand gnomes, I guess they are like a separatist group or a terrorist organization, perhaps? How can you be so sure?
Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like a geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose.
It seems we're going to have our hands full once we get to Baldur's Gate.
With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend.
Okay, so did we just get a quest there, or...? Not that I can see.
I'll be seeing you at your camp.
Okay, right, so we'll have to have a chat with him there. Nimble?
Moonrise has been cleansed. Baldur's Gate is next.
It'll take time, but this tower stone will heal.
Got a few bits and pieces here after the battle, I presume. There anyone of interest outside? Yeah, just have a bunch of flaming fists. I think we've seen everyone here, so perhaps it's time for us to go back to camp. Oh, actually, sorry, Withers, we should have a chat with him. What is he doing outside of the camp?
A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
I admit I haven't thought about it.
Thou shalt think about it now, and I shall give the answer. Mind flayers are soulless. Yet, the three Amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
You seem to know a lot about the Dead Three.
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished as one, and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
Speak plainly, isn't there more you can tell me?
No.
That was very blunt. I'm surprised to see you. Why are you here?
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold.
Okay. Bit mysterious, and I don't really understand why we would be able to, interact with him out here specifically, and manage hirelings and all that sort of stuff, but let's just check in with a few others.
Back in last light, I was racking my brains. How the hells do we get past the curse? And then a blinding light cuts through the darkness like a blade through butter. All thanks to you, I hear. Didn't think we'd make it without the old Hell Rider to lead us. But you did a damn fine job.
I freed Zevlor down in the colony. I wouldn't be so quick to write him off as dead.
I would. He didn't have any fight left in him.
He went his own way. I don't think he could face me, or all of you.
The briefest hesitation as Ceres wars with old loyalties and wins.
I looked up to him. We all did. But he let us down when we needed him most. There are less mouths to feed, but we still need supplies for the road. We'll scavenge what we can. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the city.
Is that all, or can
Baldur's
we...
Gate lies ahead. We just need to avoid an army, the remnants of the curse, and whatever else wants to eat us alive.
Okay, I wonder if the Shadow Curse is out there on the road to Baldur's Gate, perhaps.
You're here. Good. That's good.
Are you alright?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. I'm just worried about the kids. Maula's still missing, and they haven't taken it too well. I've been trying to cheer them up. We're writing a song together. But I think they're just humoring me.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Maybe. I'd love to put on a show just for them. But it's boring if I'm the only one playing. I need another bard. Maybe I'll find one in the city. Until then, the kids and I shall work on our masterpiece.
I wonder if we had a bard in the group. Whether or not we could have had a different interaction there and maybe put on a performance or something. Let's have a chat with the kids.
Althera's writing us a song. A stupid song won't bring Mole back. Tell her, won't you?
Calm down. Just trying to you know, put your minds at ease.
Miss Alfira wants to write us a song about you fighting Ketheric. But I miss Maul.
Why, yes. Once Alfira's done with this song, we will be looking for patrons. All coppers welcome, pal.
It's still business as usual. Just curious to see if there's any change up this way. I don't think there is. Would we be able to check in on the doggo? The doggo should be somewhere here, right? I don't see the doggo here, actually. I hope the doggo hasn't been slain or anything like that. Yeah, not sure, but I definitely don't see him anywhere. It's not coming up on the mini-map. Right, let's head back down in that case. And I think we should just go to camp. I do suspect that the story will continue after we decide to take a long rest. I do want to have a chat with Lae'zel and everyone else as well, in fact. So, yeah, Will must have quite a bit to say about what's happened.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure, we're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
Mizora said you can say what led to your pact and exile. It's time I know the whole truth.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
I'd give my life if it meant keeping the residents safe.
As would I. And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the Cult of the Dragon made its move.
The Cult of the Dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
The Cult of the Dragon had infiltrated Baldur's Gate? To what end?
To conjure the Dragon Queen and lay waste to Baldur's Gate. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Yeah, we'll allow Will to share his memory.
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Surely Mizora doesn't care about Baldur's Gate. Why would she want to save it?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
And what about your father, the Grand Duke?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
Sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Is that how you lost your eye? And the battle with the cult of the dragon?
It is. The one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
Interesting. Actually, does he have a little bit more to say?
The shadows are lifted. Finally, we can breathe free.
The Absolute's cult has Ravengard. Where will they take him?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist, and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpoled Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
What do you know about Gortash and Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
You must have been furious at your father for throwing you out of the city.
No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Jeez. You're too charitable. If I were you, I'd never have forgiven him.
Resentment is a poison on one's heart. The only way to avoid damage is to pour it out.
Do you miss your father?
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Alright, well, that was a lot of talking with Will. Let's check in with Karlach.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How?
It seems he's a servant of Bane, as Ketheric served Merkel. Who knows what powers he's gained since you knew him?
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him!
Actually, I can't recall now. Look, there's so many threads going all at the same time, but I'm having trouble remembering what their relationship is now. Anyway, we'll do it together, whatever it takes.
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Okay, she is very, very pissed off. Does she say anything else?
Wish we could stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
She changed her tone super quickly. Yeah, okay, here. Tell me more about your relationship with Gortash.
He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just... it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
Okay. I guess behind all of that, he was just extremely ambitious, willing to throw people under the bus, perhaps?
I would not linger in this land over long. But
Alright, Thaniel. Okay, he is up.
You did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal.
I'm glad I could help.
Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace, and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
Okay. So, nothing that we can get right now for lifting the Shadow Curse, but perhaps maybe at some point we might get rewarded. Gale?
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to gift this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
Who else have we not checked in with? I haven't really checked in with Scratch for a very long time.
Through a ball held firmly in his mouth.
Yeah, we'll encourage him to drop the ball. We need a 15? Damn. Oh! Oh my god. That's horrible. We get to use inspiration for this? What is going on right now? Oh. Is this wise? To do it again? I feel like I could be using inspiration for something better, but... One more. Yay.
He relinquishes the ball. It is well chewed and slick with drool. His eyes track the ball avidly. He shuffles on his paws, ready to chase after it.
Let's give him a pep. Yeah.
Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
The goodest boy. I mean, since he's waiting for it, we may as well. Yeah. There you go, boy. Is that the only ball that we have? Or, has he given us another new one? Anyway. Let's move on. Lae'zel.
The curse is broken and the shadows are lifting. In time, these lands will heal.
Okay, she doesn't really have anything else to say. I do want to address the fact that this helmet is on her. I probably do need to hide that, but I'll do that once I get her to join the party. And I think I am going to get her to join the party before we move forward to the next area, act, whatever we want to call it. Shadowheart?
You wanted something?
And Astarion.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically.
I wanted to ask you about Cazador's ritual. You must be thinking about it.
The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind. Why?
Do you think we can stop it?
Well, in theory, it's simple. Destroy Cazador, stop ritual. That's assuming we want to stop the ritual. What? I've obviously thought about it. If I was the one who completed the ritual, I'd have such power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare.
And the souls that would need to be sacrificed?
I don't relish it, but my siblings lured thousands of people to their deaths over the years. I doubt Baldur's Gate would miss them. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting.
Okay. So his questline is going to be a bit of a confusing one. We're going to have to make some very tough decisions on that front. Bolo. Forgot about you. Still saying the same stuff.
Cozy setup you have here.
Alright. Look, guys, I think this is where I'm going to call it an episode. We do have leveling up to do. That's going to be in the next episode, I would say. And I will need to decide on who to bring with me moving forward. I feel like mixing things up a little bit, bringing Will and perhaps Lae'zel as well. Do we keep Shadowheart in there? Maybe. But yeah, I'm going to have a think between episodes on that as well. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Drop me a like if you did, as usual. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.